The key to winning more games in Madden 26 is simply scoring more points than your opponent. And there's no better way to do that than to be in a great offensive scheme like my Jacksonville Jaguars offensive mini scheme. And I'm going to show you the 5 plays that help me dominate every game. Let's jump right into it. All right, so like I said, this is an entire offensive scheme, so all the plays connect. You need to watch them all. But first, I'm going to show you a 1-play touchdown to make offense really easy. All right, so this play is motion halfback choice. All right, I would recommend, you could do this to either hash mark, short side, wide side. Just make sure the ball's not in the middle of the field, okay? So we're going to have them in cover 3 right here. That's what this is pretty good against cover 2 and cover 3. So you're going to put your tight end on a corner route. You're going to block your running back, and then you're going to put your B receiver on a shriek, okay? So it's going to look something like this. Now, obviously, you're going to need time to throw, so this is optional. You can put your running back on an in route if you want, all right? But I'm just going to block him right here. All right, and we're going to take the snap, and you're really waiting on that fade to run inside of that inside third. You see how it's kind of like a shriek that bends off inside, and so if you have enough time to throw, you're just going to be able to like pass lead it with free form right inside and get inside of this defender for a touchdown. So you see how he's running like a shriek right here. You think he's running a shriek, but as he continues running up the field, he bends it off for a fade for an easy touchdown over the top. So that's really, really easy. All right, so you saw that play against cover 3, very easy, right? So now we're going to put them in a cover 2 defense, just like this, and you're going to see how obviously it's going to be the same thing. Cover 3 is just, cover 2 is going to stand absolutely no chance because the middle of the field is going to be wide open. So again, boom, take the snap, and you're just going to see how that fade, this time completely uncontested walk-in touchdown. And why does that work? Because the route concept that you have called is going to attack the zone logic here in Madden 26, all right? So you're going to see corner route is going to move this out, this deep half outside. Boom. Same thing on the other side where our corner route's going to move this guy outside, and then we're just going to be able to throw our fade, which again bends off inside the further that he runs down the field. So, this play against, cover 2, cover 3, doesn't really matter the hash mark that you're on. One of the best 1-play touchdowns here in the game. All right, that 1-play touchdown's cool, but what if you don't want to pass every play? Can you still play good offense? Yes. Let me show you the best play to do that. All right, so we're just going to put them in random defense here. The play's motion RPO zone alert, okay? Here we go with this one. What we're going to do is we're going to try to read their coverage the best that we can. You're really reading man or zone, right? If they're going to run zone coverage, here's the route concept. You're going to put RB on a crosser, you're going to put B on a curl, and then you're going to custom stem the B receiver down twice so that he can run a hitch route. All right, again, this is against zone coverage because you're going to see, and actually right here you see our red zone, but they're actually in man. So the route concept is going to work against man. It's just that route concept is better against zone. So obviously, I'm just going to have them be in whatever defense I want. I'm going to put them in man coverage here so I can show you the route concept that you want to call against man. And actually, it's just a stock. It's just a stock route. Actually, no, I lied. You're going to put B on a drag. All right, so you're going to put B on a drag. You're going to take the snap again. They're going to be in man coverage right here. And boom, you're just trying to throw your out route or hand the ball off to your running back. Here's the thing. It's a RPO, and it's honestly a really fast RPO. And so you have to get rid of the ball quickly. All right. So again, this time they're going to be in zone coverage. And so we're going to call our original first route concept. Same thing. Hitch route, crosser, let this guy come in motion, and you're going to see right here where the middle of the field is going to be wide open. And again, you have to throw that pass immediately so that 73 doesn't get called for a penalty, all right? He was really close right here, but if you throw that ball like right now, like when I do, he won't get called for the penalty, and you'll have an easy gain over the middle. If they're in cover 3 or cover 2 and they leave the middle of the field open, that's why we have the crosser, right? If they give up this hitch route, again, right here, they're kind of sitting on it, so you don't want to throw it. You can also throw your flat, but this is just an easy little RPO concept to really attack what they're trying to do. Again, right here, they're going to be in more cover 3, and so we're just going to call the same play, same route concept. Right, take the snap, kind of, read where all the guys are going. No one's running out here to the flat, and so we're just going to throw that pass. Hopefully you can get a better rack animation and catch it, for some more yards. But you see that was like an easy 6 yards right there. And again, the middle of the field is wide open for you to be able to attack if they decide to, run a cover 3. But I'm going to put them in man coverage. Again, they are in man coverage right here. One last time with this play, and again, this is the route concept. right? Just put B on a drag, take the snap, and you're really just looking to throw your out route. All right, boom, I'm gonna throw the out route, and you see he absolutely breaks that guy's ankles because it's a man beating route and out route. And a lot of the time, because they're in man coverage and you're in an RPO, no one's gonna be on that side of the field to be able to, stop that play. So that's just a fantastic overall play because you just change up the route concept depending on what coverage they're in, and you're pretty much going to have someone wide open every single time. All right, the next part of any offense is mandatory is a power play when the game's on the line or you're in a critical situation. Let me show you the best one for my Jaguars offense. All right, so we're gonna put them in random play again, and we're gonna call spacing switch from Gun Bunch X Nasty, okay? We're gonna put RB on a crosser, we're gonna put B on a shriek right here, and I would always recommend with this play, you have your bunch on the wide side of the field, all right? The last adjustment I would make is putting my tight end on a return route, all right? The key with this is understanding that your halfback tape route is glitched. Okay, he's going to get a speed boost out of the backfield, and so you can see right there, even though he's manned up with a guy who's literally standing on the line of scrimmage on the same side as him, he's able to get out of the backfield very quickly and turn that into a huge gain, all right? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in the instant replay, but he gets like a speed boost like right there, and he's able to, force this pursuit angle to be really bad from this defender. You see how close this guy is. Like, he should easily guard this, but this particular route, you cannot just put your halfback on a table and expect to get the same animation, right? Right here, they're going to be probably in zone, all right? Or no, they're actually still going to be in man, and so that's when you step up in the pocket, hit your crosser to RB, throw your tight end return route over the middle of the field, right? So again, boom, set it up the same way. That's the thing about it. This is an everything beater. You guys have watched some of my other offensive breakdowns. I talk about everything beaters all the time, and this is certainly one of them because you're able to see that halfback table route. He's going to get a speed boost out of the backfield, and he's going to be able to turn it into a big gain. Let's see if I can get my crosser open right here. Again, you always want to go through your read progression right there. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence for missing a wide open receiver, but if they're going to all out blitz like that, that's why you have that return route over the middle. Because you see right here, shout out to my line, 5 against 5, and we can't block this blitz, but you can just see how your tight end's wide open in the middle. You have your crosser right here. This window, it comes open, and then you can always just look to your halfback tape right out of the backfield. So, one last time here with this play. Again, pretty much the same route concept every time. You don't have to read their defense. You just have to call the play and know your 1, 2, 3 read progression, right? You're going to look to your table route first, then your crosser, then to your tight end. So again, right here, I'm just going to step up in the pocket, and I'm going to have my crosser over the top. You never want to take sacks. That's the point of the everything beater, and so I'm going to have to go through it one more time. Unfortunately, can't end on a sack. All right, we're just getting it off with throwing the table route, all right, and I'm just going to pick up the yard. So you can see how easy this play is, though, because you have someone wide open every time, and it's really just about can your quarterback actually make accurate passes. So again, 1, 2, 3. Look to your table route, then to your crosser, then to your tight end return route back in the middle of the field. A very easy power play you need to add to your offensive arsenal. All right, if you enjoyed any of the 3 plays in this video so far, I encourage you to go to the link down below in the description in the pinned comment and grab my full Jaguars offensive ebook that's newly released. It has all the setups that I like to use that have me dominating on offense, and you can use code WELCOME to get 20% off your first purchase. I can't wait to see you over there. Let's jump right back into it. All right, the next play we're going to show off is one that you've probably never seen before, but it absolutely torches the mid-blitz meta. Let me show you. All right, so we're going to put them in nickel double mug here. All right, we're going to call this play quarterback zone. All right, now here's the key. You always want to make sure that you have your trips on the short side, right? Kind of going against the grain a little bit here. But the reason why you want to do that is because you want your quarterback to have as much room out here to the wide side of the field to be able to run. So if we just count the numbers, right, we look at the right side of the center. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if everyone just holds their block correctly, we're going to be able to get out, every single time. So again, we're going to take it right here. And actually, we have a +1, and so we're able to get around this guy, get out to the edge. Obviously, having a fast quarterback is certainly going to help you, but I would say very rarely does this run get stopped because it really just comes down to can your halfback seal the edge against this top safety. You're able to see right here, you see how positive a play that is. I actually made a mistake by spinning back back into the defense on that one, but we still able to pick up a big gain. You see it once again right here, easily able to get out to the edge, and now we just have a ton of room. We can juke back inside, and we're able to turn that into a 40-yard gain. Now, the key is snapping the ball as fast as possible. So if you want to come out in this play, because what a lot of people are going to do is they're going to try to run this safety down, but you're going to snap the ball before they can even get down there, and now you just are still going to have that huge +1 out there to the edge, and you're going to be able to turn this into a big gain. If you want to slide, you can. If you just want to run out of bounds, you can do that too. But it's like, this is just way too good, man. Like, you see how every single time that's all it comes down to. That time ETN did a great job, and then we're able to spin back into the defense and turn it into a huge gain. Like, it doesn't get any simpler than this on offense, fellas. Like, mid-blitz, we all know how toxic and annoying this is, but if you can snap the ball before they can get down here, right, then you're just going to have a huge gain. The only chance that they have is if you're slow to snapping the ball and you let them get over here and they see the play coming, because now they have a +1 over there, right? And so if their user, you see how that time, because I moved over, ETN doesn't block the safety, he comes up to block the linebacker. So that's the only kind of, I guess, downside, but it's not a downside if you just snap the ball. Because if you just let the block set up how they're supposed to, there's only one guy ETN can block, wherever is at running back, and they're able to turn that into a big gain. So start using this play, quarterback zone, to absolutely punish the mid-blitz spammers before they can even get their defense set up. Alright, being able to beat mid-blitz isn't the only thing you need on offense. You need a play that can glitch man coverage over the top for another one-play touchdown. Let me show you how to do that. Alright, so we're going to come into this play, motion dig under from the doubles flex Y off close formation. Alright, now here's the thing. This is going to work off man coverage, press man coverage. Having faster, bigger receivers makes this better, but again, it doesn't necessarily matter. We're just going to put them in press man right here, cover 1. Alright, if they want to run cover 0, this is going to be even better for you, but we're just going to block our running back. I mean, the route concept, you do want to set up a good route concept behind this play, because we're looking to Y. Brian Thomas Jr. here, he's the primary, right? But I would try to set up a play in case he somehow doesn't get open here. So it'd probably just be a mesh, a high-low mesh concept, something like this, right? So all we're going to do, take this snap, and you're just going to see how, because he's on a slot fade, he's going to get outside leverage on that defender, and then you're just going to pass lead that ball out towards the sideline. This is really great when you're in cover 1 defenses, because they're able to see there's going to be a safety in the middle of the field. But when you just snap the ball, I mean, and then let him run outside, he's automatically going to bend the route off to the sideline away from the safety, and then we're just going to be able to, freeform pass lead the ball over the top for an easy touchdown. Again, this is a play that you've probably never really seen before, or if you have, you didn't know about how good this slot fade route is. Slot fades are insane in this game. They've been great all year, and so when you're able to get one stock without really making any hot routes, it's going to be very good. All right, so we're going to have them in press man again. You're going to see how defender does a little bit of a better job right here, and that's why it's important to have other routes on the field. Just full transparency, because on that play, Brian Thomas Jr. got bumped, right? So we look at the replay, we see this, he gets bumped by this defensive end, and so that kind of makes it a little bit easier for the DB to press him. But the great thing is, you still have a route concept. If you hit your reads, right, you have this drag wide open. So, the route's really good, and I'm going to call it again just so you can see how it's able to get over the top very often. But you should never really rely on just one play, because there's so much variability can happen, where again, if he bumps into somebody, it can be a problem. So again, we're going to go through it again. He's going to get that outside leverage, and as soon as you see he gets that outside leverage, that's when you just want to lob the ball over the top. Maybe wait a second longer than I did there, because you see how that was kind of a close call. But if I would have waited, let the safety drop more to the middle of the field, you see how I kind of throw it early. If I let him drop a little bit more, then it's going to be even more open. But he's going to get this. I mean, you see this. This is a good 4 yards of separation. And he gets more separation as he continues running down the field too. But same thing where this route gets open, because this is another glitch route too. This route can't be pressed, right? And so this, he can just get across the field easily, and then the same thing, to your mesh concept. So really a great play. I'm going to call it one more time. This time I'm going to have them in off-man coverage, because, it still works even when they're an off-man. So again, we're going to take the snap. They're an off-man, but you see how he's going to just run. Now, it's going to be a matter of can your quarterback get the ball there, which Lawrence significantly underthrows that pass. but he's still going to be able to run by the defender. Just the way the route runs. Slot fades just run by DBs in this game, and so he's able to run by the defender. Again, if there's no safety help over the top, you could probably just freeform the ball over the top. But regardless, I mean, you have a great play and a great route to get over the top of DBs when they're in press man coverage. And then obviously, like I said, you have other routes on the field with this play so that you can, rely on them in case you don't want to throw that pass over the top. So this play, motion dig under, another one you need to add to your offensive repertoire because it's really great against man coverage. All right, if you enjoyed any of those 5 plays, I encourage you to go down below, hit that subscribe button, but also, again, check out my offensive ebook for this Jaguars playbook at the link in the pinned comment, bltforlife21.com, and you can use code WELCOME to get 20% off any of the purchases on my website. I can't wait to see you there. But if you're still struggling to win games in Madden 26 and you want to know 10 tips all the pros use, check out this video. I'll see you over there.